So, just before we get into this, I just quickly want to say that Fortnite is pretty much in its best state since Chapter 2 Season 1 days. Which seems like it wasn't so long ago, but it's actually been over a year at this point. As well as that, this video wasn't made to complain about how bad of a game Fortnite is or anything of that sort. I am far from crying out for help, because this game has had far worse crises in the past, but things could definitely still be better. Anyways, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what Fortnite should actually do to revive itself and what it should add, remove, fix, change, and things of that sort. Now, I could simply stay here for hours on end and tell you what I'd love to see and what, the community would like to see being added or removed, but that's not the purpose of this video. I'm gonna go over the main things that will definitely help Epic revive this game and bring back a large amount of the people that actually quit and left this game for good. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. The only thing that I could pretty much come up with on the remove section of this video is skill-based matchmaking and forced cross-platform. Ever since Season X, Fortnite has been testing out skill-based matchmaking, and obviously at the end of Season 10 it was a permanent decision to add this into the game. Now, when this was announced, people were not happy, but this got way worse, and I'm pretty sure the majority of the casual scene that has quit did so purely because of this reason. Battle Royale games are meant to be random, and you could pretty much face anyone in any other Battle Royale. A beginner, someone who's just started playing yesterday, someone who's played for a few weeks and knows some of the things that are in the game, and your hardcore grinders that pretty much play every day and have played every day for the past couple months, or years at this point, to be honest. Now, what skill-based matchmaking actually does is it removes the randomness factor from the game, and that makes the game less fun because you know that you're going to be coming up against people that are pretty much of the same skill level as you or higher most of the time. And let's be real, that's not great. It pretty much kills off a whole bunch of the fun that you would be having if the skill-based matchmaking wasn't there. And don't even get me started on forced cross-platform. I was playing on a PS4 for the majority of the time, and I only switched to PC a few months ago. Now, while I can definitely say this is an upgrade and I now have a massive advantage over the console players that do make it into my lobby, it shouldn't have come to this anyway. Business decision or not for Epic, this should not be taking place, and forced crossplay is just the most stupid thing to add in combination with skill-based matchmaking into a game that is pretty much the hardest game out there to be good at. This is outright the most challenging game out there, whether you like it or not. I mean, I made a bunch of videos around this issue already, I think at least 2 or 3, but skill-based should definitely not be in the game, and it's just something that needs to go ASAP, but I really doubt Epic would remove after it's been in the game for about a year. Sad times. With that being said, that's about the one thing that I can think of that Epic should remove, and it's a big one, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of things to build on and add into this game that will actually come into play in the second part of this video. So the absolute first thing I would like to see Fortnite add is a proper ranked mode. Arena is not cutting it anymore, and it never has been, to be fair. Only the first season that it was actually added in, which I think was season 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was season 8. Yeah, it must have been. But anyway, what I mean by a proper ranked mode is that it has to have a specific loot pool, and it also has to have actual rewards instead of just some point system that no one really cares about. The one thing I will praise Fortnite for is keeping the siphon in there. Definitely something that needed to be added to competitive to make the game more stable in that sense. Otherwise, aggression would not be rewarded at all. Think about the top level fights, you're basically going to be coming out of there with next to no HP, and stuff is going to be very marginal. So Siphon was a massive addition that I loved, and something I was very sad to see go from casual game modes, but in the long term I do think that was the right decision, and Siphon did help separate arena and casual, but that's not enough, and it should have a specific loot pool for pretty much every season, in my opinion. Stuff like the miniguns, heavy snipers that were in arena mode pretty much all the time whenever they were actually in casual modes too, should never ever make it back there again. Things like pistols and obsolete items that you wouldn't use after the first kill shouldn't be in there either. Chests and ammo boxes and stuff like that should be 100% spawn rate, so that your drop inside out, there's less RNG involved, as well as probably just a consistent time of day or something, but that might be just a little bit overboard. But just have moderate lighting or something. Don't make the game go super dark or super bright. Something like that would be good too. Maybe even go for something like dropping into a game with a blue pump or like a green pump straight away. Wouldn't be the end of the world in my opinion. Like, just get your drop on and then you can fight it out with the gun that actually has the least luck involved in where the pellets land. You kind of just have to be good at aiming, and that's what comp is all about. Anyways though, the rewards that you would actually get from arena mode could be stuff like V-Bucks, skins, limited stuff, limited back blings, limited something, I don't know. You could add a new cosmetic into the game that, is outside of the skins and back blings and stuff like that, that people would actually use. Maybe like something customizable or something like that. People have actually put out rumors ever since Season 8 that Arena Mode is gonna have some rewards, and we just never ever got to see it. Sad times again. And what the actual rewards will do is stop the W keys and make the game more competitive once again. And it would actually give the sweaty, comp tryhards something to do outside of just playing casuals and stomping on every bloody person that comes into their way. So yeah, that's something I would want to see Epic do. Just add a proper ranked mode, and the one excuse they did give for not balancing out the loot pools and changing them is that, they want the average person to understand what's going on inside the game and be able to tell the difference from casual and comp. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. People aren't that stupid, and the majority of gamers actually knows what's going on even when something within the game changes. They can go look up like why it changed, what changed, put out patch notes so that people know, which is another big thing. Just start putting out patch notes again, boys. We want to see it. We don't want to be going into games guessing what's changed and finding out half of it, and then midway through the season we're like, oh yes, they added this in this season as well. No way. So yeah, let the community see patch notes again. I remember the community was super reactional about some stuff back in the day, rightly so, by the way. So Epic, please don't try and make any excuses about that ever again. Apparently they stopped doing patch notes because people were too reactionary to what Epic put into the game. That was the case, but for the right reasons. Like, when you add the Infinity Blade or something, no wonder people are gonna go out there complaining. Like, flawed logic. Anyways, all of the changes I have mentioned so far will pretty much lead to a casual scene, while, keeping comp and sweats away into the ranked modes. So that's something great, because Fortnite's actually failed to separate the casuals from the comp scene for the whole time it's been out, to be fair, and it's one of its biggest problems. But something I would love to see Fortnite do is optimize their game. This is probably one of the worst optimized games in the whole world. Like, I could probably run Valorant on the highest settings, and I appreciate that, the map is smaller, there's less people, etc. But the engine switch that Fortnite took on made their game about 10 times worse in terms of FPS. And people that are going out there buying 3090s, 3080s for a couple grand and building a PC around it still get roughly the same FPS as pretty much all the other guys that are, on a medium budget at least, which is just completely unfair and stupid. So anyways, that's just another one of them things that I want to see Fortnite add and kind of fix, because the old engine was just way better. As well as that, Epic might want to think about the AI and actually removing it from the game, because the community hasn't actually responded very positively to it, and to be honest, it's just very annoying when you've got a couple of bots walking around shooting you and the music around them is loud as hell in things like, the authority or the agency or whatever it's called nowadays. Servers are a whole another issue, and let me just say they're not the best. And apparently Fortnite's actually been trying to fix their servers for more than at least a year now, probably like 2 at this point. And for how competitive this game is in terms of their rewards that they're handing out and how many people actually play it, their servers are absolute trash. But I'm pretty sure you guys all knew that anyway. But that pretty much wraps it up for that point, and only after these three major things are done, which, you know, the other one you might have missed out on is the patch notes, as I quickly mentioned when we were talking about the separating ranked modes from casual. But now that we've actually talked about three of the most important things that I think should be done and, you know, quote unquote added into the game, we can actually go off on a little bit of a tangent and actually speak about things that would just be purely cool and would not only fix the game, but would be some quality of life changes that will definitely help Fortnite stay afloat for a much longer time, which, you know, is exactly what I want to see. Anyways, first of all, just bring stretch res back. You know, I'm not much of a complainer about that stuff, like I've never actually played on it myself, but the people that did say that it had a huge influence, and I can understand why, and it definitely looks like it was something that was quite a positive thing. And I know that you can get some stretched resolutions in the game right now, but they're just not cutting it. You know, there's not a whole bunch of people using them nowadays, so I don't think they're that good. And the reasoning Fortnite gave for actually removing stretched resolution is very, very stupid, and I think it was just for the convenience factor of, you know, seeing everybody play on the same sort of res, which I can understand, but, you know, just let people have the freedom of choosing what they want to play on instead of what the viewers prefer, you know, because I'm pretty sure most of the, you know, popular streamers wouldn't even go super ham on it anyway, maybe just use it for tournaments and stuff, which, to be honest, is all that's left at this point. There's not many people that just play casually, but, you know, it is what it is. As well as that, the in-game meta could be changed, and in a positive way, you know, just never bring heavy snipers or mini guns back into the game ever again. Maybe into the casual pool, but as I said, never into arena or comp or anything like that. And, you know, change of meta is going to be seasonal anyway, so it's nothing too unusual, and should obviously just carry on being in the game, and it's definitely something positive that Fortnite should keep. As well as that, just get rid of all these glitches that have been in the game for like the longest time. I'm pretty sure you have one of the most dedicated teams in game development, and yet you fail to capitalize off of it. Like, the game has an obscene amount of glitches compared to pretty much all other games that have made it to the esports point. It's just unreliable and not a very good look for the company overall, but, you know, that's for others to judge. And finally, I guess you could remove bots because they're not of much use. They are absolutely useless, if I'm being honest. If bots were made for newer players to actually, you know, experiment and get good on, you might as well put training dummies around the map, because those bots can barely hit you and they just start running out with their pickaxe and breaking everything for no apparent reason. At least make them realistic if you're gonna keep them in there, you know, make them have decent movement and whatnot, and actually make them stop pickaxing everything they see. But that's about all I could come up with. There's a ton of other things, but these are just the essentials from what I'm feeling. There's been some very good changes recently, and I hope Fortnite can keep this up. Season 4 was a major success, if I'm being honest, and it's far from over. I'm pretty sure there's still just under a month left at the time of this video coming out. I hope it doesn't get extended like season 2 did for about another year, so you know. But anyways, we've seen spam weapons removed, which is great. We've seen mobility increased this season a lot with, you know, cars coming in last season, shockwaves coming back, stuff like that. Even bounce pads, which is something I completely forgot about for some reason. But this season overall was very balanced and very great in my opinion, so I appreciate Epic on their hard work on that front. Anyways, just to wrap up, I enjoy both the casual and the competitive side of the game, and it would be an absolute honor to have any impact on the game, which, you know, I doubt will actually happen because I'm just another small content creator coming out and talking about the problems that are there. And you know, I really doubt this video is gonna blow up, but if it does, you know, I was here from the start, and I really just want to see the game flourish again, because when it was in its prime, it was unbeatable, man. I want those fun times back, and I just want all my friends to come and play the game with me, god damn it. That's got to be talked about, surely. It's such a drag getting anyone onto this game nowadays. I literally play solos most of the time, but you know, it is what it is. It's a good time for change, and I'm kind of excited because I just recently watched Cypher PK's video about what the future holds for Fortnite, and apparently we're going going to have a much bigger impact on what happens in the future of the game, and there's going to be a lot more Avenger collab stuff to come. And to be honest, I don't know how I feel about that in particular, but that's going to happen over the next couple of years, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to slap a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to never miss another upload from your boy ever again. And finally, before you guys do go, make sure you guys are using the code MaxGamer7 in the Fortnite item store before buying an emote, a skin, an emoticon, or anything of that sort to support the channel. But do bear in mind that the code does reset every 14 days. But with that being said, the video comes to an end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.